on, you guys? It's MetroFanTV, come to you live from Ripple Arena in Harrison, New Jersey. We are here with the one, the only, the Legion, Lee. Lee, you know, I thought this was a weird game, I think, to say the least.
It was a really weird game. The first half was trash. It was one of many trash first halves I've watched today, so I was starting to really lose my mind. Like, if I watched one more team pass indefinitely and then instead of scoring fuck it up somehow, I was just going to have to throw myself out of the stadium and just quit soccer forever. But because it's just too much. But no, but the second half was nice.
Yeah, the second half
was nice. It was weird. It was weird how nice it was. I can't even be mad that they took off my dear darling Rizza because they brought on Alex Wheel, who is God now, I think. He might be. It's he's become the greatest super sub that this team could possibly have. He comes on and all he does is run, but now it's not like you can say that all he does is run and he's just running around fucking shit up and being confusing, which to be fair is also useful, but not necessarily, doesn't really require talent, it just requires energy. But now his energy is actually becoming very productive, and he's doing all this stuff with his feet. And my parents were at this game. My parents have hated Alex Wheel for a very long time, sorry. But because the first time they saw Alex Wheel was when they went to the US Open Cup game against the Rochester Rhinos, and they were like, who is this kid where all he does is run? And today they were watching Alex Wheel and they're like, oh my god, look at all that stuff Alex Wheel's doing. And I was like, yes, thank you, appreciate him. He's so fucking great.
Yeah, you know, I thought today it was very much clear. Weaponized pressing from Alex Wheel, right, coming out of the bench. There's not really, he's doing a lot to change the narrative, I think, of him just kind of being this workhorse type player. Because now you can see that he's causing all this chaos off the bench against powering legs.
Yes.
And of course, you know, this is where you kind of have to credit Chris Armas for yet another pretty good adjustment at the second half. These substitutes coming on and making an impact once again.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
All things considered, I'm going to pose this question here that, considering how I think a bit flaccid our wing positions have looked in recent days to start the game, is it time for a switch up here, or do you think Alex is better served in this impact sub role?
I don't know, because I do think he is such an ideal impact sub that if you then start him, well, maybe you start the game better and then you don't need the impact sub, so that could be the pro. But then the con is, if you need someone to make an impact in the second half, who do you bring on? And Derek was good today. I'm thrilled that he finally got a goal again, because that seemed like it was just a monkey on his back the size of fucking King Kong at this point. And it was such a lovely, sassy, fucking little sharp corner, the exact kind of goal that a guy who has Derek's attitude should be scoring. It was beautiful.
The sauce.
Yeah, it was great. It was all of the sauce. But yeah, I don't know. I just think that right now Alex is in a great groove and in great form, doing what he's doing, and I just don't think that you want to fuck with that.
So now I guess we carry a lot of this into the Atlanta game next week, right? Obviously the biggest game of the season here at Ripple Arena. I think this is the Shield decider in my book. How we played in the recent weeks. How does it feel going to that game for you?
It felt a lot better before Bradley Wright Phillips got his billionth yellow card of the season, and now he's apparently banished for this game. But I've been saying for the past couple of weeks, because it felt like he's been getting a lot of yellows, especially recently, that they were accumulating pretty fast. And I'm like, for the love of me, I don't remember what the amount is to get an accumulation ban in MLS. Because I don't feel like paying attention to MLS rules, because there are too many and they make no sense. But I was like, the ban has to be coming up soon, and of course it had to be now. Of course it had to be this game. It's just really fucking irritating. At the same time, this team, I know is going to be fired up to play Atlanta specifically. They know how important this game is, and I think that we've seen that when this team knows something's really important, that they show up and they fight to get it done. So I have faith that even if we just can't play Bradley Wright Phillips, I have faith that other guys are going to step up and make something happen.
And I think to close out the interview, we talk about weirdness, was these reports of a man on the roof?
There was a weird man on the roof. Well, not on the roof. He was on the catwalk thing. He was above, kind of near where the radio guys are, the press guys are. There was just a random man in a suit, and he was just standing like this and just watching everything by himself. At one point, kids appeared on the catwalk, and then he pushed them all out the door and made them go away so he could keep watching. But there was no one around him. It was very eerie. And I just watched this really ridiculous movie called Final Score, in which Dave Bautista has to stop Russian terrorists from blowing up the Berlin ground, which then eventually got blown up anyways because they got rid of it. But that's beside the point. So he's fighting Russian terrorists in the soccer stadium during the game, where no one knows that he's fighting terrorists during the game, mind you, during this West Ham European semi-final. But that's a whole other weird thing. The point is that I was suspecting that this man was a secret agent spying on terrorists. I don't know maybe where they came from, maybe Canada.
Was it Diedrich Mateschitz?
It might have been. It might have been. Which, I mean, we should put him on like a fucking terrorist watch list. He's such a fucking Nazi, but that's besides the point. Am I allowed to say that on here? Am I allowed to like shit on the owner of Red Bull? I just did.
Red Bull Arena
Ralph Rangnick also sucks.
Nazis raus.
Yes.
And Red Bull Arena is haunted. MetroFanTV signing out.